guys, welcome back. So before we get into the first episode of my new series, I did just want to walk you guys through this mani. I wanted to use all Virgo&Gem dip powders, and the color that I did on my middle finger on my swatch, it kind of looked like it had like a red tone to it, but when I put it on my nail, it was like straight neon orange. So I am gonna end up popping that one off and redoing my middle finger with a really pretty blue flake, which, unless you're a Sparkle&Co sub member, you're not going to be able to grab it. It's one of those I want it all colors. I wanted to get a good bit out this week. I know a lot of you have been waiting on my video of me doing my nail extensions with the dip powder, my tips with the dip. So I wanted to get that out to you guys, so that will be out Friday. But we're big shark people in this house. Gabe's all-time favorite creature ever is sharks. He actually wants to be a marine biologist when he gets older because of it. So it's Shark Week this week. But at the same time, I also wanted to start my new series because Big Brother started last week and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it until it's over. So for 3 months. But I figured I could kind of combine my first episode with talking about Big Brother and Shark Week, because the theme of Big Brother this year is, you know, BB Beach Club. So I was like, beach, sharks, they go together. So it'll work. This mani, in total honesty, it was a pain in the ass because, like I said, my middle finger, I didn't like the colors. I said that wrong. I like the colors, but for the nail art I had in mind, it just wasn't going to work. So I ended up switching the color on my middle finger, and then I got new plates from London. I think that's how you say it. They had like a whole JEWLZ theme of plates, and I wanted to do my stamping in different colors. I wanted to do some reverse stamping, just a bunch of, make it super, super cool. The only stamping polish that I had that would pick up on these plates was my Triple D stamping polish. So I'm going to need her to come out with a whole line of colors just so I can use these plates. I was able to get one like iGel nail polish to work. But other than that, all my nail art I had to do in black. So that's all I could get to pick up. None of my other brands of stamping polish would work on these plates. It was driving me crazy. So by the time I got to doing the design on my thumb, I didn't care. I cared, but I was just over it. I spent like over an hour just trying to get these stamps to work. But don't worry, I made sure I cut a good bit of that out. So that is all the details I wanted to say about my mani. I will have everything linked down below, just because I'm probably going to ramble on about Big Brother and not talk too much about what I'm doing on my nails. One more thing I did want to mention, you all know, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. After I finished my stamp, I applied my smudge-free top coat, and I allowed that to dry, and then I went in and did my dip of clear over top of all my stamp designs. I'm only mentioning that because I didn't show me doing my final dip in clear, just because I feel like y'all have seen that a bunch now, and this video is a little bit on the longer side. So that is all the mani deets I wanted to share with you guys before I got started. Alright, so Big Brother started last week. I'm gonna pop up here a picture of the 16 house guests for you guys. If you didn't know, Big Brother is kind of like a reality, almost game show type. They all live in the house, and they are pretty much fighting to stay safe the whole entire time. So each week there's a competition to determine who the HOH is, which is the head of household, and then that person, you know, pretty much runs the house for the week. They get to put 2 people up for elimination, And then those two people plus, I think it's like 4 other house guests, they compete in what is called a veto competition. Whoever wins that veto competition, they have the power to take someone off the block, which is what is called when you are up for elimination. So they have the power to take someone off, but whenever someone is taken off, there has to be a replacement nominee. So yeah, and they win, I think it's $750,000 this year for the winner. If you've never watched it, give it a try, watch it so you can follow along with the series that I'm gonna do. I don't know, it's super fun. I love the competitions, the alliances that are built. I can't believe they're already talking about doing all girls lines. They know that never works. I get super into this show. Oh, and you guys will like this. Since Gabe is super into it, he has promised that he will do a couple of these voiceovers with me. So me and him will chit chat and debate going back and forth. Because we both have different favorites, you know. I'm a little biased to one girl, Brittany. Only because she's the only one that I don't know her in like real life, but I've been following her on TikTok for like over a year. She is super, super sweet, always super positive. So I don't know, I'm kind of worried about how she's going to do on this show, you guys. If I'm going off of like all of the videos I've seen of her on TikTok, I'm like, is she too sweet for this show? Is she going to be able to handle all the drama and the mean stuff that is for sure to eventually come her way? And I have to just say, I love you guys. Like, I did not realize so many of my friends on here watch Big Brother, like, religiously, and are as crazy about it as I am. When I tell you, well, some of y'all know because you did it. As soon as the first episode was over, I got not so many. I got a few messages from some of you guys, like, oh my gosh, did you watch it? Who was your favorite? How do you think he's gonna have his HOH go? Like, I loved it, but is anybody else not a fan of how they did the first episode? I don't like when they do the first episode like that. I don't know, maybe I just like the whole first episode being like them going into the house and just the excitement of that, like them finding the hidden rooms and picking their beds and then going out and having the champagne and sitting on the sofas and just introducing themselves, like just having like a cool first night, get to know each other, get to know the house. Like, I wish they would have did that. Like, I get that they did a little bit of that in the second episode, but it wasn't the same. Like, I don't know, it was not the same. I don't like when the first episode is just you walk in straight to the competition, because I like to hear about them a little bit first. Like, of course, the first episode, I kind of had a couple people that I liked, but I will tell you, the first episode from the second episode, the people I liked, I did not like anymore. For instance, okay, Frenchie, he ended up winning the HOH, and I liked him at first. I was like, okay, he's cool. Like, he seemed like a cool guy. And even like the first half of the second episode, I still liked him until he totally backtracked on what he said he was gonna do. I get it. It's how the game is played. I get it. But if you subscribe to the app where you can watch the live feeds, I'm not going to say too much, because if you watch the live feeds, then you already know, like, realistically, his week is over. Like, his power is done. He can't do anything else. Because if you didn't know, veto has already been played. Veto ceremony's already been done. Nominations are locked and set. But we don't see the veto competition or anything like that until, Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So I'm not going to tell you guys who won veto because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. Also, if you don't do the live feeds for whatever reason, there is an app you can put on your phone that will give you spoilers. So you can go on there and see everything. It'll even give you like daily, like time-stamped updates of just conversations and stuff that's been going down. That app is called Big Brother Network. So download that. Don't download it if you are one of those people who you just like to watch it on TV, because I totally get that when you watch the live feeds and you're in kind of that spoiler app, I totally get that sometimes the episodes you watch after, you're like, I know this already, I know. So I get that. But if you're like me and you're impatient, you want to know all the things right after they happen, it's Big Brother Network. You can download it on your phone, your iPad, whatever. So that's what I use. And I watch the live feeds too. So the only thing I'm going to say is Frenchie talks a lot. He says a lot of stuff he should not be saying in front of people he should not be saying it in front of. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. I just don't like him as much as I did the first night. But we'll see, because my opinions on who I like kind of go back and forth, back and forth. You guys will have to let me know in the comments, though, who is your favorite so far. Obviously, it could end up changing for everyone. I really like Derek Frazier, the big goofball dude. I don't know. I feel like I want to be his best friend. He just seems so loud and outgoing and fun. Just like super good time to me. I don't know. I just get goofball teddy bear type vibes from him. So I'm looking forward to what he does. I think he's going to be like the clown in the house, hopefully. I apologize if my voice sounds like muffled or anything like that. I have the air conditioner on in the background. I'm in my car doing this voiceover. I started the voiceover in my house, and I'm meeting up with my aunt for lunch, so I'm sitting in the parking lot. I'm not driving. I'm just sitting in the parking lot waiting for her to get here. So I figured it's quiet, no kid, no crazy Chloe, no cats, no dogs barking, meowing, jumping on me. So I was like, it's quiet, might be some air conditioning noise in the background, but I'm going to work on this voiceover. All right, so let's talk about Frenchie for a minute, because I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on what you think he should have done. I am totally, and I actually really was excited when he said his whole piece about how he didn't want the first, nominations to be like how they usually are on the very first episode, where it's usually women or pretty much just the underdogs, people who are easy targets. Nobody will get mad at him if he puts them up. I was actually really excited for the chance for him to go after, some pretty big threats, like right off the bat. I was excited for that. But I was really kind of bummed out when he sat down and told all the girls, you're good, you're good, you're good. And I totally get that's how the game is played. You can totally, as they say, bounce checks in the Big Brother house. I've been watching this show for way too long, you guys. And I'm ridiculous with it, I'm telling you. I totally get that he can do what he wants. I don't even really mind the fact that he put a female up. I never liked their reasonings for doing it. Because he wanted to go after Christian, and then he saw that Christian was close with Alyssa, he put her up. It's not a big target to me, because you don't know if that relationship is really going to go anywhere in 2 days, realistically. I don't like the fact that he's just going to go after people that he thinks are going to couple up. I get that in some cases they can end up being strong, but I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think he should have put up somebody else. I have my thoughts. I'll keep them to myself. I think he could have put somebody else up instead of her. But I want to know if you guys think how he played out his whole week. I think he's on a little bit of a power trip. I want to know if you guys think he's gonna become target number 1 for whoever wins next. I want to hear all your thoughts about it in the comments, so let me know. I kind of think he is gonna be one. That's just me. But you know what? I can be wrong. There have been so many times to where somebody will do some messed up stuff and I'm like, oh, yep, they're for sure gone next week. And then somebody else will do more messed up stuff and make themselves into a bigger target. I mean, come on. Big Brother season 20, for example. How many times did Haley do some crazy stuff and she just skated by? She stuck around. I still feel like she was in there. I liked her, but with some of the stuff she was doing, she should have been gone at least 3 weeks before she was actually evicted. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? There's really, I don't want to spoil anything with like veto or anything that's been going on the live feed. So I don't want to say anything today yet. But come next Tuesday, we're going to talk about all the things. So I'm going to get into my stamping now. I'm kind of curious, since this is like my first episode of doing this. I feel like we can talk about other seasons. I'm curious to know who your all-time favorite Big Brother players are. I don't know why. I really liked Paul Abraham. I don't know. And I really feel like he should have won those seasons he was on. I liked Josh, don't get me wrong. But that season he was on with Josh, I feel like Josh only won because everybody hated Paul more. I think that's why. I really liked Paul. I liked Josh, but man, he annoyed me. He was sweet, but he annoyed me. I really liked Paul. I really liked Derek. I can't remember off the top of my head what season he was from, but he ended up winning the whole thing. I really liked him. He was super, super smart. I think he's one of the best players ever. Let's see, who else did I like? I liked a bunch of them, but Paul and Derek are definitely my top favorites. So I'm curious to see who your guys' favorites are as well. So I'm just getting into my shark designs. I'm just doing some stamping. This one, I did the same exact stamp for both. I just did gray first and then black on top because I wanted to do like a shadow to make them appear like they were, some of them were really deep underwater. So that is all I am doing. If you're curious about what's on my right hand, it is Luminous by Triple D. And then I did Empress Flakes over my thumb and I think my middle finger. I'll leave them linked down below for you guys too. However, right now for this week, the Triple D shop is closed. Dodie is taking a much, much needed and deserved vacation. So the Triple D shop will be back open next Sunday, I believe. Only a week, you guys, only a week. So I'm going to let you guys watch. I'm going to finish up my stamping. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it turns out cute, but I really wanted to use some colors other than black. Shocker, I know. So I'm going to let you guys watch. I'm going to finish up my stamping and I'll be right back. so I'm just finishing up with my Triple D dip top coat the way I normally apply it. I did my activator first, I swiped with the alcohol wipe, dried with paper towel. Now I'm just doing my first layer on all my nails, and then I will go in and do my second more detailed layer. So hopefully, not hopefully, Gabe said he will do voiceover with me for Tuesday's video. I wish I could have got him to do voiceover for this one, because me and him were debating back and forth. We both had kind of different opinions on Frenchie and his gameplay so far and all that, because like I said, that's me and Gabe talk about Big Brother so much. Like we get really into it. It turned into, I don't even want to tell you how long we spend debating, because obviously we both have different favorites. He's not gonna like someone just because his mom does, you know, that would be lame. But I'm curious to hear who your guys' favorites are. We're not all gonna agree on who we like, so let's keep it nice and kind in the comments. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of chit chat in the comments about it, see everybody's different opinions and who everybody likes. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up my dip top coat and I'll be right back. Alright, so top coat is applied and all dry, ready for cuticle oil, so that is what I'm going to do next, and then we are done. I love this flake from Sparkle&Co. It really does give me ocean vibes. So I will leave everything linked down below. I'm just going to apply my cuticle oil as normal. I would also like to know how many of you guys are Shark Week fans. Like when Big Brother's not on, Shark Week will be on all week in this house, in all the bedrooms. So this is my Shark Week / new series mani. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited to talk about Big Brother next week, honestly. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.